So the light has passed multiple drop tests, and we did the switch test where this is pressed thousands of times. Now, we are going to do a heat test. This machine actually does hot, cold, and humidity, but for this example, we're gonna turn it up and try the heat. So what I'm gonna do is take the flashlight and put it in the machine, and I'll show you how it works. But just as a disclaimer, we cannot leave the light turned on in this machine. It's gonna get way too hot because we're gonna crank it all the way up to 70 C, which means that this is basically going to be an oven. But just know that the light works perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with this light whatsoever. But again, I can't leave it on in this machine. So let's go ahead and open this up. Let's go ahead and make this official. I went ahead and wrote my name on this tape so you know that this is the flashlight that I'm putting in this. What we're gonna do is we're actually going to run this test for 16 hours. We're gonna come back the next day and I'm going to pull it out and show you that it still works. So we're going real on this one. Let's go ahead. And now I'm going to close it down. One thing we need to do also is we're gonna switch this over to green, meaning that we are actually going to use the machine. First thing we wanna do is hit the run button. It's going to turn the machine on, and it actually has this really snazzy little loading screen, kind of funny, but this is a really, really intricate machine. This is good stuff. So we're gonna go to the menu here, and you can see here that we have the hot, we have the cold. It also can do the humidity as well, but for this example, let's go ahead and we're going to show you how to bring it to 70. Now what we're going to do is the time. So we're actually going to do 16 hours, which is a standard test for them. Now we're gonna go back, and now basically what we're gonna do is turn the machine on, and that's it, okay? So now the machine is on. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, but it's gonna crank all the way up to 70, and it's gonna leave it there for 16 hours. So we need to make sure that these lights can withstand harsh environments. We're selling these flashlights in over 100 countries, all kinds of climates, all kinds of environments, all different work environments. So we have to make sure it can withstand that. And this is one of the machines that does that. This is really cool, definitely beneficial to make sure the lights are good to go. So we actually filmed most of this video on Thursday. Now it is Friday the next day. You can see I'm wearing different clothing, my hair is different. It really is the next day because this light has been sitting in here for 16 hours like we showed you before. Also, it went all the way up to 79 C. So this is definitely super hot in here, but I know you can't really read the Chinese, but this is saying that the test is actually finished. So now what we're gonna do is turn the machine off, but we have to be very careful, and there's a reason why I'm wearing gloves, and it's because I'm going to grab the flashlight very quickly and toss it into a bin. Keep in mind, I can't hold the flashlight for very long. It's very, very hot. I actually do need to be very careful for this process. So here we go, guys. We're gonna go ahead, tap the screen. We're gonna hit stop, okay? That is going to turn it off. And now what I'm gonna do is open it up, but I'm gonna open it up this way because some steam is gonna come out of it, and I don't wanna get a whole face of hot steam. So we're gonna open it up. Here we go, guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna be here just for a second. Okay. This is very hot. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the flashlight that I wrote my name, Sean, on. It's been there for 16 hours. I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna toss it in the bin. I gotta be really careful. I can only hold it for a few seconds. Here we go. Okay, yeah, that was really hot. So now we are there. I'm gonna go ahead, close this back. Okay, so now the test is complete. So I cannot turn the flashlight on immediately. He told me that we have to wait for about 30 minutes to turn the flashlight on. So because of that, we can't turn it on. But I just wanted to show you an example of this test. To actually do the test, but just know that the Warrior Mini 3 has passed this test easily. If it did not pass this test, then we wouldn't have sold the flashlights, right? So because of the fact that this is a product that we are selling during the summer sale, of course, it had to pass this test, but I just wanted to give you an actual real example. This light really was in there the entire night, the entire day, 16 hours, and now we're finished with the test. So I talked with the lab manager, and actually we will be able to show this to you turn on. We didn't want to wait for a really long time for it to cool down. So what we're going to do is take this light that was in the oven for 16 hours. I'm going to grab it again and I'm going to put it in this machine that is at minus 27 C, and we're going to cool it down for about a minute, and then that will make it safe enough to be able to turn on. I really wanted to show you guys that the light still turned on, so we came up with this solution. So I'm gonna take this light, it's been in the oven, and then toss it in the freezer. We're gonna cool it down, we're gonna turn it on. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and open this up. Wow, look, you can see how cold this is, minus 27. I'm gonna take this hot light, okay. All right, and I'm going to put it in. Okay, let's turn the screen on. I'm gonna press this, I'm gonna press this. It just turned on, and now we're gonna wait for about a minute to cool this guy off, and then we can show you that the light turned on after being in the oven for 16 hours, then cooled down in a freezer. I mean, yeah, we can just hang out here. I'm just waiting for it to cool down. We got about a minute to hang out. I appreciate you guys for watching all of these lab tests. It's been a lot of fun. You know, it's fun being able to do these longer tests for you guys, because it's really hard for me to do something like this at home, especially with the heat test. Obviously, I'm not going to put a flashlight in my oven, but with all of these cool machines, we're able to do tests that are official that I can't do myself back at home. So this is a really cool experience, guys, and I hope you are enjoying it. So let's go ahead and see. We're getting up there, we're getting up there. You can see here that now we're at minus 25. Look how fast this machine's cooling down. We're at minus 26. And then of course we set it a little bit more. We're at minus 27. Okay, and it keeps creeping up and up and up. I'll go ahead and stop this machine. Okay, now it's off. I just heard it turn off. The light just turned off as well. And now I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. Okay, so let me grab the light. Oh, it actually is cold now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close this back. The light is now cold. Wow, that's really cold. Okay, here we go, guys. Again, here's the flashlight. Sean from last night. It's the same light after the oven and the freezer. Look at this. There you go. That's a proximity sensor kicking in, by the way, doing what it's supposed to do, but I'll go ahead and show you here. Works just fine. Let's go through some modes. All right, so I'm gonna hold it down. We're at moonlight mode. We're on low, medium, high, double tap for turbo, and we can do triple tap for strobe. There's nothing wrong with this flashlight. After all of those torture tests that we did, keep in mind, this is the same light that we started with at the beginning of the video. So we did the drop test, we did the tumble test, we did the water test, all this stuff, put it in the oven for 16 hours, put it in the freezer. There is nothing wrong with this light whatsoever. So have confidence in your Warrior Mini 3s when you guys order yours during the sale.